Tonight, a historic discovery made in the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre graves investigation. The city of Tulsa reveals of the 22 remains that had DNA extracted, 6 could be tied to potential surnames and locations of interest. This doesn't definitively tie the remains to victims or identify the remains, but it is a step forward. 2 News anchor Sharon Phillips has a detailed look at that process.
What began as a decade of work done by researchers, volunteers, and scholars who collected oral history, documented evidence, and archival research led to a very important find.
A key finding was the paid invoice from Tulsa County for 18 unnamed riot dead, that's the term that was used on the invoice, to be buried in Oaklawn Cemetery. We know that there are 18 victims buried somewhere in Oaklawn Cemetery.
Once human remains were identified, they were analyzed first in the ground. Then forensic experts determined if they showed traits that made them relevant to the investigation. Then those remains were exhumed. So far, 27 people have been exhumed, with 22 analyzed for DNA extraction.
We're here today to announce that the remains of 6 individuals exhumed in our search for race massacre victims have yielded DNA profiles that we can trace to DNA relatives living today.
The mayor pointed out that they do not know for certain that these relatives are direct descendants, nor do they know if the remains are definitely race massacre victims. But they do know these remains share DNA with people still living in America today. Now, next of kin have not been identified yet, but as the genealogy team reaches out to DNA relatives, that information could help them build the family trees to help figure out more information about the unknown burials here at Oaklawn. The hope is that this will eventually bring answers to families who have relatives among the Tulsa Race Massacre victims. Intermountain Forensics is seeking help from anyone who might be associated with the surnames or might have relatives from the race massacre.
If you want your DNA compared to the unidentified human remains in this project, those tests need to be uploaded or transferred to GEDmatch or Family Tree DNA.
We have a full list of those surnames on our website at kjrh.com.